Okay, hi everybody. I think we're going to get started. So yeah, Amanda, if you can keep an eye on the waiting room for others and let them in, that would be great. If you guys want to stop your video, you're totally welcome to. You don't have to have it up unless you need to put your hand up for something. Anyhow, welcome to the 2021 annual general meeting for the Nanton and District Chamber of Commerce. My name is Becky Scott, and the rest of our board is here: Amanda Bustard, Lorraine Yelty, Kelly Gallagher, Laurie Stewart, and yeah, there she is, Pam Woodall, and our council rep, Kevin Todd. So I'm just going to go through a few housekeeping things, and then we'll officially start the meeting. First of all, can everybody hear me okay? Yeah? Okay, awesome. The meeting is being recorded, as you were told at the beginning of when you were waiting in the waiting room or came on. And assuming we don't have any technical issues, we will post it on our YouTube channel and on the visitnanton.com website in the next few days. So if anyone's missed it, they can go there, or if you want to watch it again, you can do that. If you could type your name, and doesn't need to be your full name, and what organization you're representing in the chat box. We just need that just to confirm quorum and to make sure that only one, let me rephrase that, only one member can vote per business or organization. So if there's more of you here from one company or business, then just indicate who's voting. So that would be great. And it just helps us with our minutes as well. Thank you. Yeah, so to be able to vote, you need to be a member in good standing, which almost everybody here is, paid 2022 member, in order to vote on any of the motions that are put forward. If you are having any issues through the evening, just ask in the chat box, and Kelly will be keeping an eye on that, and we'll either, if it's not an urgent question, we'll keep it towards the end, or if it is, she'll stop me and I will answer the question. So the voting on the motions is going to be happening via polls that are going to pop up, because we have close to 25 people we're going to be joining, and it's just too difficult to see the hands up. So when I mention the motion or who's putting forward the motion, a little screen will pop up and you can vote yay or nay for the motion, and then we'll share what the results are. So we're transparent and you can see what the results are. You have a very short period of time. I think it's about 15 seconds, but they're not, earth-shattering questions. So hopefully you're not going to need a huge amount of time to answer them. Okay, so any questions before we start? Nada? Everybody good? Awesome. Well, thank you again for joining. And I'm going to officially call the meeting to order at 7:09 p.m. So Lorraine, if you want to bring up the PowerPoint. Awesome. Great. Hopefully everybody can see that okay. So the first or the second slide is the agenda, which you all should have received via email. Are there any changes at all to the agenda? And again, if you need to be unmuted, you can ask. Otherwise, just put it in the box. I know it's a little cumbersome, but. Okay. Then next slide. Pam, did you want to move to accept the agenda? Okay. Yes. Thank you, Pam. And all in favor? Amanda, you able to launch the poll?
Yes, it has launched.
Okay. Is everybody seeing the poll?
Yep, votes are coming in quick, over 70%.
Okay. Sorry, I'm not seeing it, I guess, as co-host this time. So
oh.
If you want to share it once so I know it's passed or not.
So I think everyone has had an opportunity to vote. So I'll end the poll and share the results. Do you see it, Becky? So it's 100% in
No.
favor.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so motion passed. Thank you. February 24th, 2021 minutes. This was our AGM last year for 2020. Also sent this out. Are there any changes or corrections? Sorry, I got fruit flies in my office. Any corrections to the minutes at all? No? Okay, motion to approve the minutes. Lorraine, did you want to approve? Okay, all in favor?
So I've launched the poll. Motion to approve the 2021 AGM minutes. And we've got very quick participation. Thanks, everyone. I think everyone has voted, so I will end the poll and share the results. And it is 100% in favor.
Okay, motion passed. Thank you. Okay, annual report. So this is where I'm going to be talking for a little bit about what we got up to in 2021. So like everybody and all the businesses here, we were obviously still dealing with COVID and the many impacts that it had on our personal and professional lives, and trying to figure out how to navigate and best communicate and support the business community, given that most interaction was online and we couldn't have any in-person gatherings. Even in a normal year, there's obviously a lot of work to be done, but we received funding on a number of projects and initiatives and put in place some fundamental things that, some fundamental programs and communication to better support the business community throughout the year. So one of these is in terms of the communication. We started a new formal newsletter and we now have over 200 businesses and organizations on it. So we send that out on a regular basis. We sent 19 newsletters and 11 emails in 2021. So anything business supports, grants, any kind of resources that we thought the business community wanted to be aware of. So we did continue to send emails, which was what we'd done in the past, just redirecting things, but only if it was a really timely grant or something that businesses needed to know about right away. So we are quite proud of that, because we have a consistent form of communication with members and non-members, so that they're getting the information that they need to run their business and have those resources. We held roundtables in the spring. We were planning on doing about 8 of them, but we ended up just scheduling 2 of them, given the response that we had, but they were awesome and we got some great feedback, and we're looking forward to incorporating some of the feedback we got in our plans for this year. Nanton Notified, we have a great relationship with the town, very regular, and so we have a little tiny column in the Nanton Notified newsletter that goes out bi-monthly. So we've been writing and trying to keep all of Nanton informed on what the chamber's up to and different initiatives to support businesses. Okay, next slide. Operating the VIC. So for those of you that aren't aware, the chamber has been operating the Visitor Information Center for a while, and that's in the McEwen Schoolhouse on Highway 2 North. So again, we did receive funding last summer to hire staff. We didn't get as much as we'd applied for, but you got to do what you can do. And we hired Eva Bliss and Aaron McRae from May until I think the beginning of September, they were there. So that was for the Canada Summer Jobs funding. They were very actively promoting businesses in the community. And we also continued with our Nanton Storytelling Project, in which we interview business owners and others in the community to try to get their background and their story about their business. So if you're interested in that, you could go to our YouTube channel, which is where it lives. And there's a link to it on our visitnanton.com website. We weren't able to do a lot past summer in 2021 because we normally have 2 volunteers that help us as well. So we didn't have them. So the staff really had to stay at the VIC more. But you know what? We had a great summer. There were lots of people in Alberta still traveling, and we had washrooms out back. So it was a good summer, and we're looking forward to hopefully getting the grant again and having an even busier summer coming up. Special projects. So, you know, I come from a tourism background, and I think it's really important that, especially going forward, and with Nanton attracting so many tourists, that we always have our eyeballs on that as a chamber, how to attract tourists and keep them here. So I know that one of the things that Pam and others in town, other businesses have talked about, is this hand-drawn Nanton map. I know Barb is on the call. So Barb Curl and Paul Canfield of Mosaic developed it about 10 years ago as part of the chamber, with the chamber. And I said, you know, let's bring this back. It's such a cool and funky map. The dressing up store on Main Street has a really big one still in their window, and people constantly go up to it looking for places and how to navigate the roads in Nanton. So yeah, we decided to go ahead with that, and it's going to be coming out in April or end of April, I think we've got. And we will be producing placemats and big posters and smaller ones. And, you know, it was something that a number of people were asking for at the Visitor Information Center as well, something that they can walk around with that's fun and cool and unique, and it reflects Nanton really well. And I'm hoping that we'll be able to get some funding for a phase 2 once it is out, such that we can create augmented reality targets. So people hold their mobile phone over, say, Boomer's Hill, and fireworks explode, or some disc golf happens, or something that makes it a more engaging experience. So I think that would be quite fun. So that's on our radar for this year. We also worked with Bev, hello Bev, from Alberta Southwest for Nanton to be a pilot for Keep Alberta Rolling, which is a grassroots film initiative to try and profile towns as great places to be shooting films in. So again, that's something that really should be on Nanton's radar, to be trying to attract commercials and films and other productions, because it does end up benefiting the community in a big way. And here we have the candy store. So they were part of it. And Brock went around to a number of the businesses in town and got photos saying, we love Alberta film. So hopefully there will be more projects in Nanton and the rest of Southwest Alberta to attract some film productions. Where to go in Nanton? So some of you may have seen or heard me. I presented to council last spring about the importance of public washrooms in towns. It's something that all communities and cities face all over the world. And it's been a struggle in Nanton because there have been no public washrooms available on Highway 2 North. So I presented to council about the importance of that, how it attracts tourists, it keeps them there. And especially during COVID, it's just really important to have washrooms available. So that went over well. And I know that the town, I'm not sure where it's at right now, but the town had applied for funding to try and put flush toilets in on the Highway 2 North side. So hoping that will be in the works this year. And we got funding from Community Futures. Hello, Kayla, who's also here from Community Futures Highwood. Thanks for joining us. So we got some COVID relief funding to do this Where to Go in Nanton project. I am getting to it. So we know that aside from having public town washrooms available, there are things that businesses can do to try and encourage people to stay. And one of them is making their washrooms available, whether they are buying items or not. They might come back, it leaves them with a better experience, etc. So we ran a contest in the spring. Thanks, Kayla. Ran a contest in the spring, and Lori Fitzgerald won the graphic. Lori did the graphic of the different buildings in town that you see on some of our promotional materials. Oh, Pam, sorry, I thought you had your sign, Pam, you could hold it up. That Lori Fitzgerald did. And so she won the contest. And so participating businesses will have this decal in their window or door showing that they're bathroom friendly so people can go in. So we've been promoting all these businesses, provided them with some free toilet paper, and we hope that it really, really takes off. So we have this on our new website as well. Right now we have 8 businesses on board, Jerseyland, Nanton, Because I Said So, Stu Thorns, Georgie's Cafe, The Dressing Up Store, Willow Creek Studio and Boutique, the Hive, and the Nanton Grain elevators when they open up. So we're hoping to get more businesses on. So we were really pleased to get that going in 2021. Okay, Shop Local campaign. So through the federal government, the Alberta Chambers of Commerce received a significant amount of funding. I think it ended up being something like 4.5 million, I think, was spent amongst 59 chambers that applied. We received funding based on the number of members that we had. I think it was 150 per member. So we were successful in receiving that. So it was really to encourage people to be shopping and supporting local businesses. And so we developed this brand new website, which I've been doing the updating on it, and it's awesome. I hope that businesses think so as well. We had some issues with our clunky previous website. So this is hopefully going to be a really good main resource for visitors and for people in Nanton to really find out what's going on in town, and they can find out about events. I just took a screenshot of the drop-down menu under Shop Local. So all businesses were and are able to post information on this site. Chamber members get a bit of additional profile on it, but everyone can be on here. So it's a great resource for businesses to keep the town updated. We also did a promotional campaign as part of the Shop Local grant. So we started that with Nanton Lights the Way in the fall. The impressions here are what we had a few weeks ago when I was starting to do the PowerPoint. The campaign is still running. We were able to extend it to the end of February. So we started a post-holiday campaign as well. So that was pretty crazy and fun. We were doing our advertising on Facebook and Instagram, and we spent some money at Post Media, and they've been targeting Foothills area, South Calgary, Fort McLeod, Nanton, Vulcan, and surrounding area. So we'll see what the results are for that, but it's been fun and good to try and raise the profile of businesses here. These are just some more examples of business profiles. So on the left, Teasery Teas, that's an example of what the business profile looks like on the website. We also were able to apply for some additional funding, which of course I went after and we got. And so we partnered with Euro Productions and Good Morning Nanton to do chamber sponsored business profiles every week. So this is an example of one. There's Dave and Amanda, and I think it's the law office there in Nanton. Yeah, in Nanton. So Dave's been interviewing them every week. So again, more profile, and then we back that up with promotions on Instagram. So we were busy with that campaign. So that was, although COVID was tough, it was great that we were able to access some of that funding to create some really good programs. Other things that we did, Christmas display lighting contest for the businesses and town and residents at Christmas. And there's the lovely elevators all lit up at the holidays. And we had a big, the big 40-foot billboard on Highway 2 South with the Shop Local Nanton Lights the Way advertising through the holiday season as well. So other things in 2021, well, Small Business Week is always in the fall. So we always do a lot of promotions at that time, promoting businesses. Hopefully this year we'll be able to have some in-person get-togethers and networking in person and not just online stuff. Of course, it was also election time. So we put up a Facebook page for candidates and people in town to ask questions and exchange information, and et cetera. And we also organized a candidates forum and moderated that for all the candidates. We had 14 candidates, I think it was, running for 6 positions. So we organized that in the fall as well. Whew. That's kind of a summary of what we got up to last year. We do have a PDF on the Visit Nanton website under the chamber menu that has a lot of details. We're involved with Foothills Tourism Association. I'm on the board there. And we're contacted for any government roundtables. So I've been going to those to represent the chamber and the business community. So there's a whole list of all the meetings we had. Economic and Community Development Committee with the town we're on. So if you want more information in detail, it's all there. Okay, I need to breathe now. Any questions or comments? If any of the board can see people putting up hands, because I can't.
There's nothing in the chat box as yet.
Okay. I kudos to this board because it was a crazy year. We were really trying to do our best to make a lot of stuff happen. And I think sometimes people forget that we're actually all volunteers. Like there's no staff, there's no paid chamber executive as there are in some other communities. And everybody has their own business or is working full time. So they did a lot. Victor would like to make a comment. If Amanda, are you?
Yes, I'd like to make a comment. I'm not the liaison, Kevin is, but from what you just showed us, hats off to what you're doing, Becky and everybody involved, administration. It's quite impressive what's been done in this past year. And I just want to, you know, as a counselor, but also as a business owner in town, it's tremendous what you've accomplished here in this year. Like thumbs up from just Joe Citizen. Thank you.
Thank you, Victor. We really appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, well, without further ado, and there is an opportunity to ask questions or if you have comments at the end as well, if you think of something. Kelly Gallagher, our fabulous treasurer, will give her financial report, and these were also emailed out to you in advance.
Thank you so much, Becky. So here we are presenting the financial statement for the Chamber of Commerce as of December 31st, 2021. I know you've received these, and of course you've gone through them in excruciating detail. So I'll just present some of the larger things we want to bring to your attention. So first of all, you'll see that this is a 3-year comparable. Usually it's 2. We changed our QuickBook platform this year. So we are using last year's 2-year comparable and adding in 2021 as a comparison. The first thing I would draw your attention to is in grants under other 12,614. That grant came from Alberta Chambers of Commerce, and that was the fantastic piece of work around Shop Local in Nanton, which we have partnered with Freshly Pressed on to gain publicity and bring attention to what's going on in Nanton. There were some fantastic ads over the Christmas period. So that chunk of money really increased our income in 2021 in comparison to years previously. Further down, I will draw your attention to our memberships. So our memberships did increase somewhat in December 2021. What was really exciting as well was in the final days of December, we had people signing up to rejoin the Chamber in 2022, which was super awesome and invigorating for the board to see that excitement and enthusiasm. Further down, the advertising spot, I just wanted to point out that I have not included the advertising through the Shop Local ACC grant there. I have taken that out and put it in a line item on its own under Shop Nanton. So it's just easier to see and record that and how it's how we're paying out on that. It's easier for me to keep track of it. As well, you'll see insurance looks as if it's lower in 2021 compared to previous years. It's not. A fabulous board member covered the cost of one of our insurance items that will be reimbursed this month. So we're looking lower, but in fact, it's spot on. It's same year for year on that. Similarly with payroll, it looks as if we paid more in 2021. However, it was just when remittances on payroll was done. Again, that's keeping fairly steady year on year. Do we have any questions? And I don't know if you guys are hearing emergency services here heading down Highway 2 here. If anyone knows what's going on, that's quite frightening. Okay, back to this. Questions on financial statements?
Sorry guys, this is Julie Barker. I'm on Highway 2 going south and I've seen 8 police cars, so both regular with signage and ghost cars running through town. Like,
Oh, no.
yeah, so usually the response is only that is something very serious.
Okay, thanks, Julie.
Thanks, Julie. So we did have Amanda Bustard and Jill Van Nistelrooy audit the 2021 statement. So thank you very much to both of those for doing that.
Okay, if there aren't any questions, I would like to make a motion to approve the 2021 financial statements.
So I've launched that poll for the approval. All in favor, or are you in favor of the motion to approve the 2021 financial statements? And that was very quick. Thank you, everyone. Everyone has
Okay.
voted and it was 100% in favor.
Great, motion passed. We also have the letter from the auditors and approval, sorry, the appointment of our 2022 auditors. Lori Stewart and Pam Woodall. Amanda, do you want to put forward that motion?
Yes. Oops, sorry, I'm hitting the wrong button.
To accept the 2022 financial auditors.
My apologies. Okay, so now we're doing an all in favor, right?
Yeah,
In favor of the motion to approve the 2022 financial
Correct.
auditors. Great.
Yeah.
That poll is now launched. And everyone has participated. So I'm going to end the poll and share the results. It was 100% yes.
okay, terrific. Passed. Okay, director election. So per the bylaws and the election and nomination process that was posted and distributed, there are 8 positions up for election at the AGM, 4 officers and 4 additional board members. The board can then appoint up to 4 additional people to the board during the year. Due to the virtual nature of the AGM, special orders were allowed to be implemented and a deadline of 12 noon on February 18th was given for nominations to be submitted. With 6 of the 2021 board members running again and 2 new members, we have an equal number of nominations as board positions available. As such, we will be presenting the group as a slate of directors and will only vote once. So as you can see here, I'm running for president, Lorraine Yalty, vice president, Amanda Bustard, secretary, Kelly Gallagher, treasurer, and nominations for general board members, Whitney Gregg, Pam Woodall, Shalane Barnes, and Lori Stewart. So we're thrilled to have a full contingent of 8 running this year. And Lori Henthorn, are you interested in making a motion to approve the slate of nominees? And then we will vote.
I see 2 thumbs up.
Okay. Thank you, Lori. And we will have a vote on the slate we're putting forward.
Okay, that poll is now launched. Please cast your vote in favor or not in favor of the motion to approve the 2022 Board of Directors slate. And it looks like everyone has cast their votes. I'm going to end the poll and share results. And it's 100% yes.
Terrific. Thank you, everyone. And thank you to Whitney and Shalane for joining the board. And just a reminder that if you or someone else that's here or that you're talking to is interested in getting involved, we do have 4 other board positions that are available. So shoot me an email if you're interested. Okay, we're almost done. Are there any other questions or comments at all about the presentation, financials, what we got up to? Anything for tonight? You can put your hand up or put it in the chat box, whatever you're comfortable with. No. Okay, then. We do need to make a motion to adjourn. Kelly, just making the
I motion
motion.
to adjourn.
Thank you. And our last vote, and I just want to say before we finish that up, thank you very much, everybody, for attending. Really appreciate you coming out. And again, go, if you haven't been to the new website, have a look at it. We've got a lot going on. And if you have a business in town, get it updated if you haven't already. But thank you for joining us. And we look forward to a lot of activities this year.
So it looks like everyone has voted on the motion to adjourn, and it is 100% in favor.
Okay, meeting adjourned at 7:36 p.m. Thank you, everyone.